Asakusa's king of destruction, Shinmon Benimaru. Don't ask me to lead. I just do what I think is right and burn down whatever isn't. Shinmon Benimaru is one of the most compelling characters in Fire Force, both feared and revered for his overwhelming power, unorthodox leadership, and unwavering connection to his hometown of Asakusa. As the captain of Company 7, Benimaru stands apart from the rest of the Special Fire Force, not just for his strength, but for his philosophy, attitude, and deep-rooted cultural symbolism. Throughout the series, he consistently ranks as the strongest firefighter, and his arc is one of power, legacy, and reluctant leadership. His abilities and fighting style. Benimaru is a rare and deadly hybrid pyrokinetic, possessing the powers of both second generation, where he can manipulate existing flames, and third generation, as he can generate fire at will. This unique combination makes him one of the most versatile and dangerous fighters in the Fire Force universe. His attacks are not only powerful, but also precise, allowing him to simultaneously control large-scale destruction and focused strikes. His signature techniques, Hinokagutsuchi, a massive blazing attack that decimates everything in its path. Named after the Shinto fire deity, it's symbolic of Benimaru's role as both destroyer and protector. Nikotama, twin fire orbs used in devastating combination attacks. Crimson Moon Sun Wheel, a fusion of his master Hibachi's Sun Wheel technique and Conroe's Crimson Moon, an ultimate move representing the culmination of his inherited strength and personal evolution, the sun and the moon. He also wields the Matoi, a traditional Japanese firefighter's banner, both as a weapon and a symbol of his duty to Asakusa. In battle, his style is unpredictable, wild, and explosive, yet executed with the precision of a master swordsman trained in Iai Shuto, a sword drawing technique passed down by his late mentor. He doesn't use a sword, but it's still pretty cool. Personality and leadership. Benimaru is blunt, volatile, and often disrespectful toward authority. He resents bureaucracy and refuses to align himself with the politics of Tokyo's centralized command. However, beneath his rough exterior lies a leader deeply loyal to his people. He is fiercely protective of Asakusa, valuing its traditions and residents above all else. The townsfolk hail him as a hero, and despite his own doubts, they see in him the strength and resolve of a true leader. While he often claims he never asked to lead, his actions, more than his words, consistently reflect a deep sense of responsibility. Benimaru leads not through speeches, but through sheer presence and action. His philosophy is simple: strength earns respect, not rank. In the Asakusa arc, Benimaru is first introduced during the Asakusa arc, where tensions rise between Company 7 and Company 8. At first, he refuses to cooperate with Shinra and the others, dismissing their mission as irrelevant to his town. A misunderstanding orchestrated by the white-clad shapeshifter, Yona, leads Benimaru to attack Company 8 under the belief that they were creating infernals. As chaos consumes the town, Benimaru is forced to confront not just external enemies, but his role as Asakusa's protector. Realizing the white-clad's deception and the threat to his people, he reclaims order and rallies the citizens, solidifying his position as a leader who who fights for his own no matter the cost. Mentorship and growth. Later in the series, Benimaru becomes a mentor to Shinra and Arthur, teaching them how to unlock not only hysterical strength, a dangerous state that draws power from extreme emotional distress, but also the breath of life. This mentorship shows another side of him, a warrior passing on his knowledge, just as it was passed to him by his master, Shinmon Hibachi, confronting the past. In one of the most emotionally resonant arcs, Benimaru faces a doppelganger of his deceased master Hibachi, who appears as a demon infernal. The confrontation is brutal and symbolic, pitting the student against the ghost of his master's past. Through a combination of inherited techniques and his own evolution, Benimaru defeats the demon, gaining both closure and the approval he had always sought from his father figure. Symbolism and cultural layers. Benimaru is a living embodiment of traditional Japanese values: Bushido, loyalty, and honor. I'm not Japanese, but I think these are the things that he embodies, wrapped in the modern chaos of a crumbling society. His attire, techniques, and use of matoi link him directly to historical Japanese firefighters who were not only public servants but protectors of their communities and symbols of bravery. His name, Benimaru, can be interpreted as Crimson Circle or Red Perfection, aligning with his flame-based powers and symbolic ties to the sun and fire gods. The matoi in the Edo period, Japan, the matoi was a rallying point in emergencies. Benimaru uses it not just as a weapon, but as a reminder of his role to lead and inspire. The Crimson Moon Sun Wheel, the fusion of the past and present, of mentor and friend, of destruction and illumination. Feared by his enemies and revered by his people, Benimaru is the last line of defense when everything else fails. His leadership is not born of ambition, but of necessity. He doesn't seek power, but he wields it with clarity and purpose. His strength is unmatched, but his humility and loyalty are what make him unforgettable. Whether mentoring the next generation or confronting demons from his past, Shinmon Benimaru burns brightest, not because he wants to, but because he must. In a world engulfed in flame and lies, Benimaru is a wildfire of truth, tradition, and raw power, untamed, unapologetic, and utterly unforgettable.